All right. Sorry, everybody. I had some technical difficulties coming into the feed this morning. Travis, let me know if we are live and let's get going, guys. So the market
Yep, we
start.
are live. Everything's good.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So the market starts retracing out of the red dashes this morning. It's pounding as low as it can in anticipation of the NVDA earnings. We've gone up a lot in those markets. We are coming after a long weekend, a weak month of September coming to us. So let's see what happens this morning. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Keep your size small. I traded a couple of accounts this morning. We're going to start with we are going to trade only the same account because I have a little buffer on it. It's going to be this account. Let me show you. We are going to trade this account. So I've done 9 trades on this account, 77% win ratio, and that's a 150K account. So let's get going with this account. It's a take profit account. I'm going to not use Replicanto this morning. I don't want to use any copier this morning. I want to rotate from account to account. I want to come with as much dry powder as I can to next week after the long weekend. Okay. I was telling Travis on my personal account the past 2 days I've had a little bit of trouble, right? And this is why rotating accounts on the prop firms is a lot better for the next few days now. So we have this lower high in place at 609. We have the open established our price now.
Yeah, 541 is the open.
Yeah.
I'm bearish, but I kind of want to. I'm looking for a long here, actually. Kind of looks a little bullish off of the open, maybe to test some of that resistance towards the 600 for another short setup.
The ATO is still 14 points on the 1 minute chart, so I want to be very careful of that. I might trade micros to protect my $820 profit. As a matter of fact, that would be the smart thing. Let me switch to micros, scalp, bracket, or large, I don't care, but some bracket that I can adjust. And let's see what happens, guys. I'm going to probably wait for the open range to settle there. Okay. Probably wait for the open range to settle. As a matter of fact, I need my coffee. I'll be right. Travis, take out.
Yeah, I just got in long. I'm long 548. Let's see what this does here. We do have Mark doesn't have those on his charts. We do have 2 power indicator minor levels. The open is kind of sandwiched in between them. Actually, the top one is at 545. The bottom one is at 530. Right now we're just kind of ranging in between the open 541 and the 2 days. Well, yesterday's initial balance high, as well as the previous day's initial balance high. Those are 548, 550, and 560, respectively. So if we can break above this 560, then I'm going to look for a move back towards the 600. I do have that 595 level that I mentioned before. I don't know if I mentioned on the stream yesterday, but at least in the private room, we talked about that. I have a 595 and then a 615. So that kind of range, that zone is what I would kind of look as a possible short setup. I'll definitely close out of my long up there. We have the 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. levels right there, just above the 600. Then we have our a major zone, power indicators major level at 640 with a red dash right there as well. So that's a major level. And then 650, I have a couple levels in the edge, the division of our calculators right there, 645. So 600 to 650, I think, is going to be very, very tough resistance for the morning. So far, the long's not looking great off of this. Let's see if they can hold the open. If they make another push down, I'll have to get out. 525, like I mentioned, 530 is that minor level. 525, or sorry, 520 was yesterday's opening range high, the 15-minute opening range high as well. So got a little bit of support levels down there. And I was telling Mark this morning, I'm not expecting too much out of today. I mean, this week has been kind of tough trading, just a lot of choppiness. And I think today's going to be much of the same, especially with NVIDIA earnings. Everybody's waiting for that after the market today. So the NASDAQ might just kind of chop around, not make any big trends one way or the other. Kind of depending on what they want to do with NVIDIA. It's just going to be positioning for those earnings. Again, the earnings call is after the market. The actual conference call is at 5 p.m. Eastern, but the earnings numbers might be released before then. So of course the market will be closed, so we won't be able to trade anything, but we'll be able to watch the aftermarket pricing, see what happens. We're finally starting to break up above this 560. We did just come down, retest the open on this 5-minute candle and held the open as support. So that looks nice for my long, but it's really got to maintain above this 560. Otherwise, we could make another sweep down. Like I mentioned, the 520, which the low of today was just above that. Then we have another power indicators minor level right on the lower division of our probability calculator at 490, and then there's a bunch more support levels below that. Yesterday's open 470, so just a tough range.
Do you have a report that you see there at 10?
Yeah, no, there are no reports for equities today. There's energy, crude inventories 10:30, and then some bond auctions, note auctions at 1, but nothing for equities.
Okay, let's see.
It really is all about NVIDIA today.
We have 5 minutes to the open range to settle. I don't want to overtrade. I'm a little bit like you here. If I can get a little bit of a short around this 80, I'll try it. 86,612. Otherwise, I'm interested to, because people are going to see if they can get an entry point long leading into the long weekend, maybe. It's a very dangerous triangle. I showed you yesterday right there. We are in a very, very, very difficult moment for the market. So if you step back on the daily, it's a very, very difficult moment for the market because do we have the shoulder, head, shoulder, and we are maybe going towards the 825 area in the next few days, maybe with the NVDA earnings and rejecting, right? Or do we have this lower high shoulder rejecting like that 745? See all this area there, 730, 825. All of this becomes shoulder on the right side of your chart. Also look at the market. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of lower high. You have 11 days of lower high. So even if we build up, let's say we build up back here to the shoulder, which we are doing right now, towards this 775, 800, it's still a very dangerous situation, even leading to September. So this morning, I like to see this 480 holding, Travis. 480, because otherwise it goes 384. Do you know what I mean? So where are they going to attempt the retest? So you have that lower high and sideways like this. It's really hard. You have to look at the market right now. And look at the consolidation, guys. 1, 2, we have really 3 days of consolidation that have been really difficult on the NASDAQ, guys. So let's see if they go for 80 right now. And then we'll see. And let's look for the open range. What's NVIDIA doing? I think they are going to flush it to 480, 472, guys. Be careful. 487 is coming.
Yeah, look at the look at the VI, Mark. The volume indicator is straight up.
Order filled.
Yeah, but you know what? That does not matter. Right now, look at you have net sellers on the power trend box everywhere.
Yep. All right, we're dumping down to 500.
I'll tell you what's interesting. The ES is not moving. The ES and the SPY are not moving. The key question is, are they going to dump all day? Ray dash to ray dash before the earnings report, all the way to the 391 and the 470, or they are going to hold and look for an entry point? Because if you look at the SPY and the SPX, it's not weak. And like you said, the VIX is not super afraid yet. I think we all have to wait. We have to wait. We have kind of to assess. Maybe now the open range is defined. Let's see how they retest this IB high at 66 or not, or this even die below is 12. I want to feel the tape a little bit more. All I can tell you is SPY and the ES are fairly strong. Therefore, they are not moving down really. Notice that there's only one person that is acting premenopausal way. It's NASDAQ. That might have been a re-entry long here on NASDAQ, but I would like to see if they have one more flush from that 40, one more, and then boom. I always am careful of a second flush. I'm going for a long weekend. I'm not really in a rush, guys. This will be our last feed for this week. We'll be back next week, Tuesday, Wednesday now. We are trading together Tuesdays and Wednesdays. There's no rush here. I will not be surprised if we reject one more time the 42, the 30-42. Be careful. What do you think, Travis?
Yeah, no, I agree. We got to be careful of a double bottom. And again, 40 is the open, so that is what we got to watch out for. As we were coming down, I did take off some contracts. So yeah, we just made a huge push down there. I'm still in the long. I reduced contracts down to 1 as we were dumping, and then as we dipped below 500, recrossed the 500 and got back above 500, I added, and now we're just coming back down to 500. So if we do make this double bottom, yesterday's open is probably the line in the sand for me, 470. If we break below that, then we're probably going to tank down to 450, 425, if not 400. I don't know though, because the VI is still going straight up. It opened below the 0 line and below some resistance, broke through the resistance and above the 0 line, and it's still pointing up. So it's just the NASDAQ that's looking really ugly right now.
We have power trend box, net seller from institutional, major, minor. So right now the pressure is definitively down before the NVDA thing. They are looking for liquidity, but I'm going back to the daily and I'm like, well, they're looking for liquidity. Yeah, because this is the inside candle is 369 here. This inverse head and shoulder is 444. It could go to 444, guys. It could go to the inverse and shoulder from here. So be careful. We are going to play 444 range to 730 range. So be careful. It might not be over for the short here. I'm thinking to look to see if they are going to reshort this 40 area. Now let's look at the lower high from this break here. That brings us where? within the tools. A retest of the open would be good. It would suck the buyers in if they want to sell it one more time. The 540 area. I'm thinking the low before the earnings are going to be the 440. I don't know. Are they going to go 380? I don't think so. Let's remove all the drawings. I want my charts to be clear now. All I'm going to do is this one. Like this. And this one like this. Kind of trace that. The ES is weakening suddenly. We have to be patient, everyone. Yeah. It's all about patience here. Because then you catch yourself over trading before a long weekend. And you know where it goes? It goes nowhere bueno. You know? There's going to be incredible opportunity next week. And in September, probably October, those 2 months. Just take your time. The ATR is also dangerous here at 18 points, which tells me we need to do micros because on my live account, I was telling Travis I got smacked trading my live account with a full NQ, and it never fails. If you have an ATR at 19 points and your stop loss is 20 points, in a 1 minute ATR, which means for the past 14 bar, the average moves are 20 points a minute, you are going to get destroyed. You are going to get destroyed and stop on your full NQs. So it's stupid. So we have to trade micros, unfortunately, when the volatility is that high. I want to see if they reject the 540, the open, or they break it up.
Yeah, I'm peeling off some of my longs here. I'm back to scratch right now. But I'm still.
SPY is acting strong, guys. Look at the SPY. SPY strong. SPES strong. NQ strong. There's not a lot of weakness here. Volume indicator up. Look, we just changed the power trend box right there, Travis, at the 40 from down to sideways. So we know that 40, that 540 is critical now.
Yeah, that's today's open. So right at the open, it's back and forth.
We need to watch that 540, right? We need to watch that 540 resistance and that 550 resistance. I'm tempted to take a short here, to tell you the truth. On the NQ.
Order filled.
Allez, let me do it. What do I have?
Order filled.
What do I have to lose? Nothing. I'm putting the stop loss at 80. Target here towards this division of the power indicators, and that's it. Let's do it.
Watch it. Watch for the opening range low here. What is that? 513.
I'm looking to see if they reject 540, 560 right now. That's what I'm looking at. Are they rejecting this area? Does that make sense?
Yep, we do have a inverse head and shoulders on the 5-minute, with the shoulder being the opening range low, or yeah, opening range low, the 15-minute low.
I'm trying to see if they are going to go one more time for the lows today, Travis, before the report. And
I think they will. I don't know if it'll be, in this time frame. It could be an hour or an hour and a half from now that they do it, maybe lunchtime. But I think we'll make another low. I don't think the low is in for the day for sure.
I'll tell you something. We have a very strong SPY. We have a very strong ES so far, guys. Very, very strong. Now, let's look at what's up with tech today. Palantir is rejecting the 160. Tesla is fighting for its life at 350. It's a very important area, the 350 Tesla. What's going up today? Just few cryptos, but they aren't doing shit, the cryptos. Be very, very careful with your cryptos, because the altcoins are not doing anything. Are we towards the end of a cycle on cryptos? This crypto thing has been a lot of wasted time on the altcoin side for me. I've done extremely well with my wife on Ethereum and Bitcoin, but the altcoin, what a waste of time. I was better off taking my $15,000 and putting it in a futures account on the stuff that I know, or adding it to the options account. I'm wondering if it's a day again where I should do an iron condor. 0 DTE on SPX or SES. Doing a credit spread. If you guys are familiar with credit spread, that's a delta neutral strategy. I wonder if I'm selling over the 575 here, selling below the 375 here, and let them just do their stupid up and down here. Not sure it's a great day to trade, especially full micros. I got smacked on my live account. So this is a micro time here. I think we are going to have huge acceleration, Travis, of volatility next week.
I agree. There's going to be some pent-up energy from this week and the Memorial Day weekend.
But seriously, I'm thinking, should I do an iron condor since we're together? Something relatively relaxed. Everybody is expecting some type of a rebound for the NVDA earnings. But if you look at the tools, we have no edge here. Look at SPY. Well, right there at the middle of the box with the resistance here and resistance support here. Zero edge for everybody. And those are the days you need to be extremely, extremely careful, guys. That's the days where you have to say, you know what, there's a long weekend coming. There's NVIDIA tonight. Maybe we see what happens after NVIDIA tomorrow. and come back next week and trade forcefully, because September, October, I expect some fireworks. Problem in this business is you need to keep your capital until the signal is clear. That's the problem of this business. You need to remain patient and solvable with little sizes. Your job is pretty much this. I've done this now for 30 years. Is survive, 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 boom, you have a great trade. Survive, 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 boom, you have a great trade. And that's the game. And if you don't understand this game, you're not going to stay in this game. If every day you push NQ, you push NQ, you push NQ, you're going to blow up. Funded account, EVA, live account. It's never going to fail. You look at this ATR, see this ATR at the bottom, and it says what? Every minute we have a 20-point move for the past 14 bar. This is not conducive to trade the full NQ. You are going to get destroyed. It's going to run over you and over your risk management. Good morning, Benito. Can you guys hear me on the live? Let's make sure everybody's on the live. Good morning. Let us know where you are coming from. Your likes, comments are appreciated, everybody. Support the feed. If you guys buy some accounts at Tech Profit Trader, this is the only prop firms that I recommend. I don't recommend anybody, even though I trade 4 other firms, I do not recommend anyone. It takes a lot for me to want to recommend anyone. You know, I'm not into the recommending business shit, but Tech Profit Trader is one of the prop firms that I got the most consistent payout. So if you are truly interested about prop firms, not using your own capital, using the prop firms, being a better futures trader, Take Profit is probably your fastest path to payout. Retest of the open, Travis.
Yeah, it's just now starting to break through it, so I'm happy with the long at this point. I'll definitely take most of my profit now at the 560 area, which is probably the time it's going to break through this time, but we'll see. But we have VWAP right there at 565. And again, that 560 was very tough this morning, so I'll probably just have a runner at that point, and again, hope for us to push up towards 600. But yeah, it's still fighting this open right now, just chopping around it. So it's a tough range. Yeah, we went above the open. We tested yesterday's IB high, 548, and fell back off of that. So it's got to see some strength above the open for any longs to work out. Otherwise, we might make that that new low, the second low.
Well, I'll tell you something. I'm tempted to add one, but I will wait. I think this thing is going to be up, down, like crazy all day.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm expecting.
That retest at 45 was a potential. This retest that I want to see if they can do a sweep back up towards this 561, 580, and reshort one more time. I think we have one more low. Everybody's looking for the long. One more low so that they can get more liquidity grab at 480, 450 today, leading to the earnings. The SPY, guys, and the ES are very, very strong. So we're about to break that channel on the upside, guys. Here we go. And the volume indicator, Travis could do something like this, which is positive for the market, is retest this support and go. Do you see it?
Yep.
So I don't know if it support and go or reject again. Let's watch this 560. The market is strong so far. I would love to see a retest of NASDAQ here at 400, 470 today. That would surprise everybody because there's so many longs being sucked into this market.
All right, peeling off some profits. I'm long 2 MNQ now. I got a limit order to take one at 60 quarter, and then I'll leave a runner in to see if we can push up closer to 600.
Everything looks very strong, but I have learned over the years that when everything looks very strong, that's where you have to be very careful. Everybody clear on the feed? Give me a quick yes, no. This is where I want to see if they are going to reject the market. That's 65.80. Are they rejecting the 560, 580, or it's going to fly towards 700? We're going to know very soon here. Watching for the 5-minute candle close.
And I just hanging it out here. I got rid of that limit order and just went ahead and took the trade up there. So I only have one contract now long. Excuse me. Cost basis is right there at the open, 543. Not ready to move the stop on this last runner to break even just yet. But I don't want it to drop too far below the open from here. We do have that 530 level. Kind of looks good as hopefully some support. So if it does break below 530, then I'll probably get out of this last one. Otherwise, like I said, looking
I just added a short. So hold on. If it passes below 45, then I'm good. Otherwise, I'm screwed.
Yeah, it's got to.
I'm risking just a little bit of my $820 profit today, guys. It works, it works, it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's my only trade. Look, I'm doing one trade. I'm not going to overtrade today. Everything is strong. ES is strong. SPY is strong. But again, when everything is strong, it's like where you have to doubt, you have to look in yourself and say, where are they going to try to grab liquidity? Where is it that they want liquidity here? I'm rotating accounts, you know. I'm trying to limit the numbers of trades because the fireworks are going to come next week, guys. The fireworks are going to come next week. You know, I really don't like trading view sometimes. Anyway, let's see what happens, man. Just have to be patient. Benito, yeah, just a routine doctor stuff, you know, annual blood test and stuff. Thank you for asking, Benito. Appreciate it. I think right now we need to just see how we're behaving above or below the open price, right?
Right, exactly.
Which is what, about 40, you said 41?
41, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say earlier. You were talking about it breaking below 45, and I was saying it's really got to break below the open for confidence in that short. It's got to break above the 560 for confidence in the long. So right now, just a range, 20-point range.
So far, it's breaking the channel, guys, on the upside. SPY strong, ES strong. They make you feel like they are going to fly. But that's where you have to be careful of a big wick on the downside. Back to the open. But so far looks extremely strong, guys. Yeah. I'll be right back. One sec, Travis, you take it over.
Yeah, well, we're finally breaking above the 560 again. This is also breaking above the overnight VWAP, which I have at 563 right now. And then you have 580, 585, 580, 585 is going to be the next key area. I might just wind up trailing this last contract, trailing the stop on this last contract. Like if we get up to the 580, you know, then maybe I'll move my stop up to like 555 or something to see if it holds 560 as a resistance or as support. Sorry. You know, just if it keeps going, I'll just keep trailing it until it comes back down and takes me out. Which I am expecting it to come back down at some point. We did not make a new low, a double bottom on that. And like I said, I don't think that's the low of the day in the NASDAQ. So I suspect that we will make another crack towards the lows at some point. Maybe here shortly, maybe not for another hour, maybe not for another 2 hours or 3 or 4. We'll see. These are new highs on the day for the session. So like Mark was saying, you know, they're making it look strong. Might not last very long. And I was saying before that 595, 615 is kind of the zone that I'd be looking at for a short. All right, we're getting to this 580, so I'm moving my stop up now to 555. If we get any type of pullback, see if it holds the VWAP or that 560 level. But I think this bullish activity is going to be fairly short-lived from the standpoint. And this is, it got far enough for me. I'm just going to go ahead and take this runner out and decided because where my stop was at, if it hit it at the 555, then I would be up, and I'm going by my P&L, which you shouldn't do, but I'd be up $125 on the day. Just taking it right now, I'm up $180 on the day, so I like that a little more than 125. So that's not the greatest reason to close out of a trade, but since I got in early and I was actually had a $200 drawdown this morning when it dropped down, so I worked my way out of a $200 loss up to a $180 profit so far, so pretty happy about that. Let's see if we can get a good setup for a short and get a better entry for a better trade on that. Here we go, up to 600. We're now in that zone, 595, 615, right up here at the 7 a.m., 6 p.m. I don't know if they want to bring it any higher, or if this is going to be it for now.
Yeah, got stopped on this MNQs. Got stopped. What's Tesla doing? Tesla is going to be a big one here. It held the 350. I told you this morning, 350 Tesla is important. 349.70. So Tesla play both sides already. 355, 349 today. In the last hour. Tesla is right in the middle. Tesla is back in blue. Net buyers, net buyers, net buyers, net buyers, net buyers. To me, it's a pullback buy on Tesla for the next few weeks. Comes back here, October 44, 335, 344. That's a buy for me, Tesla. Well, we put our toes in the water, one MNQ, one MNQ. I'm still up in this account I was showing you. I started with 820. Now I am at 637, 11 trades, 63% win ratio. I might be done, guys. You know, I don't want to give back the $600. You know, could you see it, Travis?
Yep, we see trade bait.
Yeah. So trade of it. Yeah, trade of it. Take profits. So 11 trades. I passed some. I will activate some of my pros next week. I'm waiting to pass the weekend. But look, it is what it is. And this is the smart thing I've done this morning is I went from NQ to MNQ. So I made my $820 with my brackets on NQ pre-market. And now I do the micro. I just tiptoe until I figure out the groove here. Okay? So, hey, what do you want? This is not a good week to trade your funded account. It's not a good week to trade your live accounts. It's just not is.
I'm short. I got short 593 is my entry.
Yeah. Yeah, like watch today. It's going to be a lot of ping pong, guys. I will not be extremely surprised if we retest the lows today until we figure the NVDA earnings. You short what? What's your entry short?
593. 593 quarter.
Yeah, I'm going to wait because we are right at the 7 a.m. Meaning that if we keep on going above the 7 a.m., 6 p.m., which is 606, then it's bullish. But we did rejected them perfectly so far. We had a perfect reject so far. You are like this now. So look, we maintain the lower high here. Can everybody see that in the feed? We are maintaining the lower high so far. That's interesting. But look, we have not completely touched the resistance here from the tools. It came close. Same here on the ES. It came close, but we are still not touched. The ES is extremely strong, guys. The ES is extremely strong. Also, you have arbitrage and transitions of contract coming. You know, the arbitrage of contract, September to December contract is coming. Market looks still strong to me. Let's go to a 1 minute chart so we can see this ATR. The ATR is dropping. Volume indicator is dropping, but it's dropping to support, which could hold for another leg up. I like the short when it was below the open, but around that 7 a.m. above the open with the net buyers here, we switch back from net sellers to net buyer, net buyer, net buyers. You have the VIX that keeps on making lower high, lower lows. I don't know. This is it's a dangerous short with the NVDA earnings. If NVDA blows up the earnings, which they always do, then this thing is going to go to the moon towards the 700 on the NASDAQ, 750, 800 on the NASDAQ. So as of now, the short is invalidated unless we go back below that 65. Everybody clear on the feed? To me, the short is invalidated unless we go 65. So I'm going to do a block here, which is also the open range high, which becomes support or recross within the range. Also, what we are doing right now is we are recrossing towards the Asia low, which is 93. So long we maintain 93, I'm going to put a 93 right there. So long we're above this 93, we're above this 67, no short, no shorts anymore. We go back below those, then the shorts back. But this is the key. Do we recross this one, retest this one, cross this one, retest this one, and go? Or do we just keep on retesting, going? And the tools right now are telling you to not short anything above 570. Is everybody clear on the feed? The tools are very clear to me right now. Because if the volume indicator smack to the support and start printing net buyers, it's going to hold the market at 593, 570. Right? So you need to be careful. Yeah. I would not short unless you are back below 565. A 565 candle that sweep. So be careful with your short, Travis.
Yeah, it's holding pretty good, holding the zone pretty good right for the moment. Let's see what happens.
And you're right at the 7 a.m. open, right?
Yeah, 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. They're stacked right on top of each other.
Yeah, this is a little bit of crap. And remember, I like to be done trading at go at the gym, reset, especially before this long weekend, because I want to keep powder dry. You know, but let's see. You might have a shot all the way to the 570 again, but I would be very, very careful there that they squeeze you back on the upside. Be very, very careful. We're rejecting 7 a.m., 6 p.m., but it's not violent yet. Be careful that they hold this open range low, the 565 or the open. I think you have a trade there that could be 10 to 20 points, but I would be very careful. As far as I'm concerned, at this point, I'm waiting. I'm waiting or I'm done for the day. I don't want to turn a $820 profit into nothing. So I lost on the NQ, which was fine. It was 2 MNQ micros. I protected the 820 to 600. That's it. And I'm rotating account. There's no copier today. It's not a good time. You need to be patient until next week, guys. Need to be patient until next week. See, it's coming back right away, guys. Let's start browsing through everything. What's AMD doing? Well, that's what NVDA do. Let's go to the daily chart. What's Ethereum doing? Yeah, Ethereum is holding here. What's Bitcoin doing? It's holding the 110 Bitcoin. The earning on NVIDIA is going to really dictate if we are able to break the Bitcoin 113 retest and go. Because this part becomes critical for Bitcoin. Anything below this 112 on Bitcoin is negative. The middle part of the double top here. So you need to be very, very careful of Bitcoin here. We are rejecting again the 7 a.m. the IBI for the moment, Travis. They are trying to really punch through this IBI.
Yeah, it's holding this zone that I was looking at pre-market, this 595, 615. It's chopping around right in that zone. We did do a recross of the initial balance high here. I mean, we just established the initial balance 3 minutes ago, so can't put too much weight into it, but looks like 606, so we're here right now at the IB high.
I want to see this 81 SPX, how it's reacting. I would like to see one more sweep up and see if they start rejecting or not a little bit. But so far, everything is super strong. The volume indicator is holding. The power trend box changed to net buyers. The QQQ holds 573. Everything appears strong, but like I told you before, when everything appears extremely strong, you need to be careful. So in 1 hour, we did one trade. And that's what you should be looking for every day. 1 to 6 trades maximum. It's not easy, guys. especially when I trade prop firms with a trailing drawdown on the funded account on Take Profit or Apex. They force you to trade more because you cannot lose your profit. The trailing drawdown goes against you extremely fast. And this is why, for instance, Travis doesn't do any prop firms with trailing drawdown.
That's why the take profit trader recommendation is your recommendation, not mine.
Yeah. And the reason why is because they pay every day above your buffer daily, and they don't do the top step bullshit that you love, which is they don't keep 50% of your profits for 20 days or 30 days before you can see the color of the other 50%, because they know that 90% of the traders lose their account within 30 days. So this is why I like Top Step for the long term, but you cannot expect Top Step to be the best one for payout because it's not. So do you go for career or do you go for payout? Well, I'm going for both. Remember, if they go down, we are looking at 65, a quick move to 65, but it might hold. See, besides the IB high and the 7 a.m., I don't see a lot here. So I'm wondering if they are going up here to 24.39, Travis, and then dump a little bit. Because there's a little bit of space in the tools here to 680, 480 on SPX. There's a little bit of space to 46.50 on SPY. So I'm wondering if they are doing another sweep and then down. I'm not a big fan taking the short here because the short is not really present until you are breaking 440, 540, and 560. So it's not there. See, and now it's coming above your IB, and it might go squeeze you to 2040. So you need to be careful here. And here it goes.
Yep, testing the top end of this range, see if we break above the 615 now.
It should go here, 25, 40, be careful. But then, is it going to sell off? Is it going to like create a crazy week or not? Because look, the volume indicator, now it's selling. So volume indicator has been all over the place this morning with net sellers at support. Are they going to turn around? If they turn around here, that creates huge fuel to 40 on the NASDAQ. You have net buyers. Are they going to reject this 2440 or keep on going? Right now, and also you have to be careful. There's the transition of contract from the September contracts to the December contracts. So what does that mean? That means there's going to be a lot of games being played. A lot of games. Well, right at DIB, we're breaking a little bit the channel on the downside. It might go to 65 at the still first. We'll see. I think it's going to be gym time for me soon. Yeah. I think it's going to be gym time. What was the low this morning? I was looking for 470, 480. What was the low?
Yeah, 488 on MQ.
They missed it by 10 points.
Yep.
Division of fail by 10 points. I'm trying to figure out. By 10 points, they missed it. See, I was looking at this. I was like, between this division here, 480, 390, this is going to be the perfect re-entry liquidity before the NVDA earnings, leading to next week for a huge push, maybe in the 600, 700, 800 on NASDAQ. But it looks like they just want to continue. Did you have risk on this morning? You know, you have risk on. What's the Dixie doing? Look at the Dixie. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Yeah, that's a 1 minute chart. That doesn't help me. What about the 4-hour chart? It's not doing much since the entire month of August. Sideways. You're back below the IB. Be careful, because resistance here at 24 and 40. We're going to put the first block here. Look at this block. This is huge block. And this is the type of price action that kills traders. 92.10, 92.10. That it might smash down to 64 again.
All right, starting to take some profits. Yeah, you're talking about the opening range high, the 565, I believe. Overnight VWAP is at 569. So that 570, 560 whole area there. Might find some support there.
See, I told you they might smack it a little bit here, but it's there. It's still strong. It's not going to weaken a lot until it's below 43, guys. It has not even achieved the top of the range, which is the 2040 resistance. So you need to be careful. I'm still looking at those ranges. I'm wondering if it's going to do this now. Smack 60, 50, boom, finish new high for the day. So be careful. Also, if it goes back above the 7 a.m., 6 p.m. IBI, there's a clusterfuck, excuse my French, at 607 here, then it's going to be very positive. Let's monitor this little bit of a downtrend for the traders now. You're still in that chop, yeah. You're still in that chop. We can readjust that trend line for everybody. Oh, no, it does not let me do it. Chop, 1 minute chart, guys. We need to get out of this. Look at my square. This is a chop 1 minute range. Chop suey. We need to get out of this. And those are the type of ranges you really don't want to trade. You get killed. You know. You still in the short, Travis?
Yeah, I'm still in it. I reduced size, took some profits when it spiked down there.
Okay,
But still in it.
more then. And what's your stop loss then?
What's my what?
Stop loss.
I'll have multiple. I'm short 2 contracts. So the first one is just above my zone there, above the 615. The other one's much higher at this point. It's just a catastrophic stop loss at this point. I'll manually get out of it if it breaks above 615, actually.
I would be you. I would have that stop loss right there at the top of, yeah, 16. Yeah, that candle right there.
I mean, that's my range that I was talking about this morning, 595, 615.
Even the 10, dude. Look, all the 10. This box is clear now.
Yeah, really, the IB high is critical, but we still have another 9 minutes before that becomes essential. Gotta wait for this 30-minute bar to close to see. But if this 30-minute bar does close below the IB high, then we do have a failed upside auction, which is bearish.
Well, you need to be careful because they could drop back to the open range high of 65 to the open here at 40, and then go resume along. So that's what you guys have to be careful now. Everybody wants to short now, but look, net buyers, net buyers, net buyers, net buyers, long term, short term. They are not done. They are not done pushing up, guys. Meaning that they might take a breather here and then go back and resume for the close. So be careful of that pattern. The shorts are more comfortable below the 40 now. You have too many ingredients against the shorts now. Look at the volume indicator, double bottom here. So volume indicator is coming with some net buyers if it doesn't reject here. If the volume indicator, Travis, doesn't reject like this, you need to be careful because then there's fuel to push up here. Today was a better day to do SPX and ES credit spread, everybody. You don't have to break your head. It comes at 480. You sell the 375 put credit spread. You let go through the long weekend with the Labor Day thing, and then you come back fresh next week. It's coming to the zone where I do not like to trade anymore. I do not like to place a lot of trades after 11 a.m. You get into the chop, you get into the afternoon thing, you get to a diminishing return situation. If I look at 300, not 300, but 220 something days of trading, it does not fail. After 11 a.m. to the end of the day, everything becomes diminishing return. You start giving back profit. I'm still up at 600 something dollar profit for the day. I did one trades with you. Pre-market was 820. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of like done. You know, that's all you need. 1, 2, 3 trades. It works. It works. It doesn't work. You move on. Right now, first of all, I cannot see my ATL for some reason. Cannot see the ATL because I like to see if it looks to me we should stick to, I don't know what's going on here. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with it. So I don't know what's the deal here. Let's go here, 5-minute chart. I don't see it. I don't know what happened. No, I screwed up. I don't know why it's not compressing. Collapse. I don't know what's doing. I cannot see the ATR now at this point because I want to see. I mean, it looks to me like we have to trade micros now. See, the shorts are not coming, guys. They are going to complete one more spike here, possibly even going here at 49. Market is strong, guys. There's no short unless you are below 540. Guys, I got to go. It's enough for me. You know, there's a point for me where 2-3 hours of trading, it's done. You got to protect mental capital and capital. So again, for the latecomer, I had one trade with you from the same account that I showed you earlier on. It's 637. There was 11 trade total, 63% win ratio. I'm done. Okay, that's it. I'm done for the day, guys. I will see you next Tuesday. I'm going for a long weekend. So I'll be there next Tuesday and next Wednesday. So don't forget, we changed our format where we are there now Tuesdays and Wednesdays with you guys trading prop firms, options, and stocks. So this is cool, guys. You got another entire day, and I go with the private group on Monday, Thursday, Fridays. Okay, so I'll see everybody that are with us on the private group tomorrow at 9 a.m. Okay, love you all, everybody. You have a good day. Just be patient. Wait for Labor Days to pass, NVDA to pass. There's no reason to force. Look at this shit. Look at those 1 minute bars. Those are the 1 minute bars that kills your account. You need to step away from that. They are account killers. You have only one mission: protect capital. You know, it's every day your mission is simple. Limit losses, great trade. Limit losses, great trade. That's the only way your net liquidation value goes up over time, guys. And unfortunately, that's our job as traders. I hate to fish, but what we do is fishing. We go through an MNQ, chuk, oh, it's biting, boom, I add size. I throw an MNQ, it blows up in my face like the $100 this morning, fine. Ooh, I pull back, keep my capital, go play golf, take care of my companies, go at the gym, and back next week. Love you all, everybody. We'll see you next week. Travis, see you next week, and we'll finish with our little theme songs that I have not even had the time to refine. But there's a lot of words I want to say with the AI, but I just don't have the time, guys. I've been traveling a lot. I have my other son getting married in October. It has been a crazy year. Love you all, everybody. See you next week.
Never ever give up. I almost let go 1,000 times. Traded my sleep for a shot at consistency. Blood and tears fell through long, lonely weeks. My dream kept me going when I felt too weak.